know, I read an article, and I don't remember the website that I was reading it on, but they stressed one of the things that you can do to stand out is if you've ever had any remote work,
really?
remote opportunities that you've had on your resume. Most people don't put that they worked remotely from home on there.
You never thought about it.
So the article stressed the parentheses of remote opportunity, remote / from home position to stand out to say, hey, look, I have worked remotely from home. I've done it before. I've worked for this company for X amount of years, and I was able to perform in that remote role because a lot of companies are like, okay, what are they going to do?
Right.
We don't know. We don't have any clue if you're capable of working remote, working on your own and having minimal supervision.
Right.
So that's a big thing is to stand out by having your resume, have something.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, and that's a really good point, especially for something like this that shut down the country. You kind of, it's a perk. Yeah, whereas normally you wouldn't put that because why does it matter, right?
Right, and a lot of companies they've never experienced having to have their
a lot of companies had to flip the switch.
Oh yeah,
and even schools actually had a really hard time with it, and I'm like, oh, where is this country going if we can't do that easy? Yeah. But yeah, so that's a good point. Resumes.
You've got to have it on there, and you've got to show that you can work without any supervision or minimal supervision. Of course, everybody has to check in every now and then. Yeah. For me personally, when I worked a remote job, I worked it for 2 years. And I went in on Wednesdays only, but I worked Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from home.
Right.
And actually it made me a lot more productive because I didn't have to get up, get dressed, eat breakfast, stay in rush hour traffic for 45 minutes. That 2 hours that I lost in the morning and then an hour driving home, that's 3 hours of productivity that I was able to do, all of a sudden now because all I had to do was get up.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to it. Like I know, and my wife will back this up. Is at home.
Paula. Hey, Paula.
At home, I'll get zoned in.
Yeah.
And because you're not context switching. I'm not switching from work to I got to get home before dinner.
Right.
So I'm staying on that computer, and if I'm in code, I am in code. And if I've got a really interesting or challenging problem, or I've been just stressed out with this thing, I'll stay on. And it's really bad. Sometimes I skip lunch, and so there's some cons to it too. But I would say I'm definitely more productive from the code side, working from home. Yeah. But I would say also in that same vein that communication with other devs, if you're on a big project, I can see where that becomes a little bit of a problem. There's a different element you get in person. Right. Yeah. So I can get behind going into, and I had to, before they did a complete shutdown, I had to go in to talk with clients and stuff like that.
Right.
So that was still necessary you had to keep the business.
Right. But by that same token, a lot of companies, we experienced that with our current employer is that we had a town hall meeting and the president, made a point to call out that none of the clients that we had, were reporting negative they didn't have any negative reports of work not being done, and I think that leaders or executives of companies are seeing now that if they never did a work from home policy that you actually can get stuff done from home, that you can function and that productivity is going to continue. So,
and a lot of that goes into who you're hiring. A lot of it goes down to, there's these companies that are really strict on policies working from home, and it comes down to, I think, who you're hiring. Can they function outside? And if they're not good working from home, I'd probably argue they're probably not very good in the office either.
They're not very productive in the office.
It's just that you can see them and have your eye on them.
Right.
So, if you have a strong opinion on that, and there's a reason for that. Some people just, I mean, some companies have a valid reason for doing it.
Yeah.
And that I respect.
And that's part of the interview process too, I think too. If you have to get a feel for a person's work ethic. Right. I mean, you can see their resume, you can see all that they've done, but you have to dig down inside an interview and
if
find
they're
out
not, get rid of them.
Yeah,
As harsh as that sounds, especially at a time like this, but
yeah, I mean, we're all professionals. We're supposed to be professional. We're supposed to be able to work well with others, be motivated, work on our own when we need to. Because you really do at the office. You're really working at home. I mean, not at home, but you're working on your own.
Right.
You have your headphones on. You're locked in. You're writing code.
TV's over here, PlayStation's over there.
But you know what I mean. The environment when you are coding, whether you're sitting at your desk with your headphones on or you're at home. With your headphones on coding. Identical. It's identical,
Yeah, there was this meme going around that was like, and I shared it on social media, it was like a coder at the office, and he's sitting there staring at a screen of code on his computer, and then a coder working from home, and it was the same exact picture.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so true. It's like it's the same thing.
And we're lucky that we can do that from home.
Yeah, no, we're very fortunate with our career paths for sure, and everybody watching this also, or hoping to be if they're just getting interested in it.
Yeah.
So let's go into